for the most part of the day, that's where I spent my day. And it was like when you're in that class, to me it was like, even when you were in junior high school, it seemed like you were learning the same stuff that you learned in elementary school, because the stuff was, to me it wasn't hard. I mean, it was like they were teaching you the same stuff over and over and over. And sometimes I felt like I didn't learn anything new.
Uh-huh.
You know, and that to me was the bad part about being in special education, because I felt like I didn't learn a whole lot of new stuff until I was outside in class. And I had like math class, algebra class. But the thing about going to school and being in that class was that most of the time that class was somewhere way away from all the rest of the classes. You had to go down in what we call the booty to get to your class. I mean, because it was like the last class on the end of a hallway or something. And like I remember in junior high, it was up on the top floor, but it was way back away from something else. And in high school, it was like way back in the boonies, and it's like dark back there. And the only other thing back there was the high school band. The band. That's where the bands and stuff were. But I felt like we had always going back in there. Everybody said, well, we better go back in the dungeon. That's what we called it. Because it was like really, I mean, we had to walk a long way to get there, and then it seemed like it was dark back here all the time. Yeah, they picked on me and called me names, and you know, and a lot of it might have been that a lot of them didn't, you know other people with disabilities or something. You know,
Yeah.
they just thought I was an easy target, maybe. Now we know we could have learned, but they just didn't take the time with us when we were in school.
Yeah.
They didn't have, or they didn't want to take the time to teach us. And some of us could have learned, could have had a better life. I mean, education is so important even for people with disabilities. I mean, because some of us can learn, but they don't take the time to really teach us.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the really bad part. We want to learn, but sometimes people say we can't learn, or they don't take the time to help us do that.
Mm-hmm.
And so we even feel bad when we're in school. And so, I mean, I didn't really start feeling good about myself until what? Until maybe I became an adult, you know, and I saw that it wasn't so bad to have a disability, you know, and that you could feel better about yourself even though you had a disability. Because when I was younger, even though I didn't really pay attention to the fact, people didn't say, oh, you have a disability or something, I knew it was there. I knew I was different in some way, but I didn't like thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
The first time I really thought about having a disability, I was about 9 years old, and I thought that I was sitting there thinking, you know, why am I so different? Nobody lets me play ball with them. Nobody lets me do anything. You know, I'm the last one to be picked for anything. And I was really feeling bad that day, I think. And I was watching everybody else play ball, and I couldn't play. You know, they wouldn't let me play, or I was the last to be picked, which made me always feel bad. And then after that, I didn't want to play. And so a lot of times I just found myself like on the sideline watching everybody else play, even though I knew I wanted to.